Whoa. Oh, hey. Maybe we don't have this on. I'll probably get in trouble for this. It's only a minute 16. Can I? There we go. And I'll move over more, and then I'll turn it back on. No, no. It's only a minute 16. 3-2. We'll move this back now. How we doing tonight? What's going on? Hello, Kenny Explicate. How you doing? We're having a good today. I had every intention of priming the guys I assembled on Friday, and unfortunately, it's been super windy all day long, all day, non-stop windy. It started last night, so we didn't get that done today because the priming would have came out like junk. It would have been very splotchy. We don't want that. You had to get closer, then you would have had too much. Things happen when that happens, and so I decided, not we, me. Hold on. We decided that we weren't having any of it. So I decided that, no, we're not doing it. I don't know why it's not letting me log into my chat right now. No clue. Yeah. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Though, as much as it pains me to say, the weekend is coming to an end. I had a great weekend. Played hockey last night. We won 3-1. It's a very testy game. The opposite team is probably losing one of their players for the season. That's what happens when you get 22 minutes of penalty time in one game. Yeah. And kids, don't argue with the ref. No matter if you think they're right or you think they're wrong, no matter if you think they're wrong or dead wrong or anything like that, don't argue with the refs. Let them do their job. Let them do their job. Just let them do their job. And if they're wrong, you let your coach or your captain of your team argue the case, not you. Because that's how you get suspended. That is how you get suspended for several games. Probably the season for them. Don't know. Might not happen. We'll see. But they have a rule in our league where if the shot you're taking bounces off the goalie's helmet, then see, I'm looking for the games and they're not on. If you're looking for if the shot hits the goalie in the helmet, then it's dead. I guess in this league they've had this rink. They've had a couple times where helmets have been taken off, goalies have suffered some kind of injury, so they told the referees, we're calling this, whether you like it or not. So, boom, and it's a weird call, but I understand it. It happens. The cat's trying to get in right now, so the door may open. She may end up in here at some point, causing mischief, mayhem, and everything in between. So that's what I was just looking back. She was just, I need to get a drink. So we're starting soon. I'll be back, I promise, getting a drink. I told you I'd be back. I told you I'd be back. So, yeah, I ended up assisting on the second goal, basically the game winner. I played center. This is the first season that I'll be playing center full time. I had an absolute blast. I played great. I was back checking. I was getting back, lifting sticks, keeping guys from making shots, breaking up passes and plays and all that jazz. So that was, I was very happy with the way I played last night. I'll say it. I was probably one of the best players on the. I only got 1 point, but I was probably one of the best players on the ice last night for setting up plays, getting plays going, stuff like that. I ended up with a +2, a +2, a +2. So, but onwards and upwards. Next game is next weekend, and then we have the Rink of Dreams. That's going to be a fun game. Nothing too serious. But yeah. And we have these guys. We're painting these guys tonight. Not just these guys. So I have a color scheme here where I'm painting their armor a dark green. They're going to have brown pants, like tan bindings, and then like leather. Obviously leather is going to be in a brown, but I'm going for a dark silver for my I wouldn't say the bad guys, but they're like the non-bad guys. In fact, I'll be right back again. I told you I'd be back. I told you I'd be back. And so I'm going to go for my Slaves to Darkness and other, like the Chaos factions and the Destruction factions. We're going with a dark silver for the weapons to match the darker tone of the armor. And for the good guys, I wouldn't even say good guys, but for like these guys, Cities of Sigmar, boom. We're going to be using silver and the Stormcast. Prime example. Prime example. Prime example. Let's move my keyboard since my chat for me is not working. I have no idea why. What do we got? What do we got? Let's go to the NHL. Tampa was winning 3-2. Tampa wins 3-2. Oh God, the Bruins tied it, and now we're in overtime. You're not gonna see it. I am. But I'm gonna show you one of my Stormcasts that I recently painted. Really, these guys are so goddamn cool. If you don't know the lore of the Stormcast, they are ancient warriors resurrected by Sigmar to serve in his steed, his service, and when they perish, they go back, and they're, I forget the name, the specific name of the ceremony, but then they come back, and then they are basically resurrected. But each time they get resurrected, they forget more and more of their old persona until they finally go crazy. So it's not like they have like this infinite loop where they're like, oh, we can just infinitely resurrect these guys and keep going. No, they actually have a certain amount of time before they basically succumb So we'll show you this guy. And they're usually in gold armor. They have different factions that'll show you, that tell you. But here we go. This is one of their more elite units. I'm going with the silver on the weapons, and they have the gold armor. They have like dark blue in there. They got the silver for the chainmail. I'm going for that to kind of counter that. This is one of the Slaves to Darkness that I painted. I wish he was together. He's not. But as you can see, I have a more darker scheme, darker reds. The male, the armor is in like the green, like the orcs, and then they have here this bronzy trim. Sorry, I keep looking back at the TV for this. And then we have the dark silver on the weapons. So this is like, for me, this is going to be like one of the ways that I differentiate between the good guys and the bad guys. I need to glue this guy back together, for sure. I'm going to put him back up in here, and put these over here. But that is that. Here you go. I love these guys. There's some more of them. Started on them. Gold. Lots of gold. Lots of gold. I kind of like it. We got that. And we got, this is like their, kind of their unit leader. He's got that golden bear right there. So we'll get these guys finished here soon. Silver. They got skin tones on them. Like them a lot. Look at that. Boom. This guy off to the side here, this is an Auroch Ironjawz unit. This is a Taspossum Gorgrunt or Malgrunta, I believe. I can't remember the name completely. He has two little orcs that fit on the side that just, they're gonna have like those stabby and choppy. Still no score yet in overtime. We'll remove them. We'll go back to this. Hello. Yeah, the TV is over here. We're gonna watch. It's only a minute 42 in overtime. I know this is a painting stream, and we're kind of. I want to get into my chat. I need to figure this out. I would like to get into my chat. Chat not displaying on my YouTube streamer, I guess. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, get it. Get it. Okay, chat, let's see. Stream settings. Closed captions. Use live replay. Dual stream. New automatically generate a vertical crop version of your short feed. Let's go to edits. Customization. Live chat. Subscribers. 1 minute. Live reactions. Save. Let's see if that does anything. Nope, something went wrong. Make sure stream is not set for kids. Okay. It's streaming software, public gaming. No, it's not made for kids. No. 1 Save. Let's refresh again. I really would like to chat because I would like to interact with people. Nope. Internet connection, device capability, YouTube live chat not showing. Here's how to fix it and enable it. Oh boy, we're gonna have to watch the thing. It was back. It was back on. I don't know, because I would like to set up things and do other things, but I can't do it because the chat's not. And let's see. Let's see. It'll let me do this for sure. Did I do something? Did I do something? 0.6 seconds left. We're gonna go to a shootout. Who Nelly? Both of these teams are fighting for a playoff spot. Customization. Let's and then check it again. Participant mode, subscribers, 1 minute. Let's see. End OT. Oh boy. All right, well, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. And open chat, you can open this chat in web browser. Okay. Participants. Huh, weird. Weird. Anywho, it's weird that I cannot get into the chat there. That's kind of crazy. It's really crazy. That's still saying something went wrong. All right, well. Okay, well. Oh well. We gonna get a sip of our old. It's me, T-Dog. Hello. Hello, T-Dog. How you doing, bud? How the pool's been? How's everything been? Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. As always, there'll be no face cam on overhead because I gotta put magnifiers on. And Fantilli, he whiffed on that one, bro. He tried. If you guys want to know what I look like with the things on, this is what happens when you get old. You can't see shit as good anymore. Oh my god, it was on there too long. Hold on. There you go. That's a little bit better. That's a lot better. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Who's Minton? There's a young kid. Okay, Marchenko. Let's go, Marchenko. I've become a big Big fan of the old Columbus Blue Jackets here. Because I got family that lives in Columbus. And, oh, is that it? That's it. Is that it? No, they get one. There's 3 rounds. It's 3 rounds. 3 rounds. I am not painting anything. This is the worst stream ever. I totally agree with you guys. Worst stream ever. I just want to watch this. Middle stat. If they score on this, it's game over. Nope. So now Columbus needs to score on this one, or it's game over. Okay. I don't know what they were coming across really weird on is that Jet Greaves. We're doing like a live thing. Hey, Tommy T Dog. All right, we got Coyle, Charlie Coyle here. Goal extends. Oh God, he made that look easy. All right. Greaves needs to stop this one, and they just score on the next one, and they win. They need 2 points. I am very, very I love hockey. If you guys don't know me, I freaking love hockey. Favorite sport. Good, Albono told me to subscribe. Stefan loves the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and do magic that has turtles. I do. In fact. Oh, they just scored again. I will show you my favorite cards. So I'm a big Raphael fan. These are some of the cards that I picked up. I bought a collector's box and a regular box, and I streamed this 2 weeks ago. Boston won. All right, we can turn this off. So they get a point out of it. We got the Ronin's Arsenal. We got Raphael's Technique. Raphael the Night Watcher. Raphael Most Attitude. I believe these are full arts. We got a regular and a foil. We got a Tough Turtle in that and a foil. Then we got our rares, Ralph and Leo, Slipping Rivalries, Dunn and Raph, Hard Science. So, I'm a Raphael fan. I totally got those. And then I have I also pulled a Super Shredder, which is like, so that is like big in, oh, they got 88 points. Dadgummit, Columbus, come on. Oh, Tampa back up in first place. Yay. But yeah, I did a regular booster box. And let me fix my camera now. I didn't want to show the TV in the game and get busted. I bought the regular booster. I did a collector's. I split a collector's booster, and obviously we were chasing the big cards, the 4 big ones, the Kevin Eastman sketch cards, and I got this. I got this Raph in that box, and I thought, oh, this is the Fracture. It's not the Fracture. This is the regular holo. But yeah, the Fracture was. Then there's a lot of other really cool Raphael cards in that set. I can even show them to you. Come on, where are we at? There we are. And then we can go over here, shop singles. It's waiting. There's a Teenage Ninja Turtles. Oops. High to low. You want to go this. Okay. This is just not displaying the. We'll do this. There we go. Want to check this? Check the Commander. That's the one we want to go to. You're a fan of Columbus Blue Jackets? I am. Tampa Bay is my #1 team, T-Dog, but my wife is from Ohio, and I've totally converted her brother from football fan to hockey fan, and now he's going to be a season ticket holder for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I got a vested interest in rooting for him now. But these are the Commander cards, and you can only get these. You can only play these in the Commander format, but you get them in the collector's packs. And I pulled this one here on my stream. I pulled this one here on my stream. I want to get this. That is what I want right there, obviously. And maybe this one. This one wouldn't be too bad. But, yeah, there's all these cards. I mean, even the foils in this are pretty decently priced. All right, go to the scene. Don't want you just sitting there watching me. There we go. And then you're Donatello. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I love all of them. Ninja Turtles are like my favorite. I will say this till the cows come home. They're my favorite like thing from my childhood. You know, I will talk about it till the cows come home. But yeah, it's one of my fondest memories. They also have an art series. You can get like just regular art cards. They have no bearing in the thing whatsoever. And so here you go. So then they have these cards right here. There's a Donatello. Look at the price. Look at that price. So we were kind of, I mean, I knew we weren't ever going to pull any of these. But there is a Raphael and there is a Leonardo of this. They don't have it listed in here, which is crazy. Like, super crazy. This is one of the only cards that you cannot get in the collector's series. You can get Super Shredders in there, but this is just from the regular one. It's a super playable card. That's why it's a $33 card. Yeah, that is, and here's the market price, $3,150. $2,000. At one point, Leonardo was 10 and Raph was like 6, but they've gone down so much in price now. So much in price. But yeah, we streamed that. I want to do it again, but that's a lot of money. It's like $800. No, not 800. No, it's like 6 maybe. No, it's not. I don't know. I can't do math. I'm not mathing right now. The booster was $130. You can get a lot of cool cards out of that one. If you just want to open stuff and get cool cards. And then that's where a lot of the, like, they look like cartoons, like from the 80s cartoon. And then they have like these like trippy watercolor type things. Let me see if I can find something. Here we go. Foot Ninjas. There we go. There we go. There we go. We got some of them now. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. Overhead. See? They kind of look like the 90s cartoon. So you can get a lot of these in there. Shredder's Technique. See, there's another little Raph's Most Attitude. Michelangelo's Technique. And then they have these guys. These are just like really like weird, trippy cards. You can get these in foil and non-foil versions. Same with these. They come in foil and non-foil versions. Didn't plan on talking about turtles. Didn't plan on talking. And I can't get my chat to work. I cannot get my chat to work. I don't know why. But I can't get my chat to work. Look at that. You like this wet palette? This is from Squidmart Miniatures. Nice sized wet palette. Nothing special about it. It just does its job. It keeps everything nice and moist. Shouldn't have these things in here. Because then that's going to happen. We might have to go and fix this. Not quite sure. Alright. Then we're going to kind of... Nothing to really change about these guys. I just want to hit their weapons. These bad boys, 3D printed them. And then you just put a little screw in there. And they make great little paint. They are paint handles, but they make great paint handles. We got our Gilded Goblin paintbrushes. Looks like we're missing one. It's here somewhere. There we go. Gilded Goblin. Premium Kalinsky. What is a Kalinsky Sable? I learned about this because there is a import thing for Kalinsky Sable because it's an animal product. So I wouldn't call myself like too much of a gamer. I mean, I have games that I play. Like I get a lot of the Pokemon games. I'm working on, and I just play them casually. I'm not like super like hardcore into like gotta beat it first day, this and that. But so Kalinsky Sable brushes, during the Joe Biden administration, they put a heavy excise tax on animal products coming out of the country. And so Kalinsky is from a sable, which is like a fox. And but the Kalinsky Sable is almost a I painted a Dragonite. It's for his mom, but I'm pretty sure he's got it. I'm not quite sure. Maybe his mom has it. That'd be great. But they unless it comes from the United States, it was a heavy excise tax on animal products because they were trying to like eliminate the whole like animal product trade. But from what I've read and from a lot of other people, Kalinsky Sables are almost like an invasive species in Russia. It also has to do with Russian products as well. That's the big one. Just because it comes from Russia, there's a heavy thing for Russian products. And so they're literally like, these things exist like squirrels here. So they're like, yeah, like, what are we doing? But you can get them in Europe, but it's really hard to import them. So you have to find someone in the United States that has sable fur. This is like real animal fur on there. Let's do this. Buck my face out. There you go. Look at that nice tip on there. So there's a little lesson for you. And I could be wrong about everything. It would not surprise me. So as I was saying earlier, we're going back, we're painting these guys, well, obviously I got to fix that. We're going to paint their weapons dark silver. We'll leave the chains the lighter silver. And then we're going to hit their armor like I do like... prime example. Let me bring this guy out. Here is the Mega Boss. And I have this nice black metallic. I have this darker silver on there. And then I hit the like little weapon adornments that they have on these guys with this metallic black. All their chainmail is now painted in this dark silver. So I'm getting rid of the whole light silver. And I'm putting a dark silver on there. Because these are technically... I don't want to keep calling them the bad guys, but they're technically the bad guys. They do not care about life. I am a wrestling fan. Was it my Stone Cold shirt that gave it away? I'll show you this, T-Dog. So there used to be a CCG for wrestling called Raw Deal. Not only did I get made fun of for this, but I also played this game probably every week, 2 or 3 times a week. I went to a tournament for the World Championship for this thing. It was held in Claremont, Florida. There was like 100+ players there. I ended up finishing in the top 10. So I was into this game, and then it just slowly started losing popularity, and I was all about it. I wish this had superstar cards in there, because then you'd be like, oh, okay. But this was one of my favorite decks to play. I don't have any of the cards anymore. I had to sell a bunch of them. And then I also traded a bunch of them for a PS4. And then my friend got them stolen. But this is called Raw Deal. This was the Vengeance series. This is when Evolution was in there. And they were my favorite faction of all time. I love their entrance theme. An amazing game. Lots of fond memories playing this game. Yeah, I don't have any more decks with me right now, or I'd show you more. But that card game was the first time I can remember a card game having hot packs. And it would literally be an entire pack of all superstar foils. So they had you had your starter decks, which was that. And then you had, each set came out with new superstars. And then you would have 4 or 5 cards in the starter deck that were pretty good. And they were superstar cards. And then you would have 2 or 3. I'm trying to remember. I think it was 2 that would come out that would be say it was Stone Cold. You would get you would get open up a can of whoop ass and stuff like that in your starter deck. But then the Stone Cold Stunner would be the one you pull out of the packs. And if you got a hot pack, you got all foils. And in the premier set, you would literally finish all the superstar cards, because you had the Undertaker, Randy Orton heel 2 weeks ago, and I saw that. And I bought this shirt on 316 because they had a 31.6% percentage off, and then I got the Danhausen shirt because I love watching his backstage segments. Now I'd like to see him wrestle. That was going to be, hopefully one day he wrestles. But I love the whole "you are cursed." It evokes fond memories of fond memories of when, I don't want to say wrestling wasn't taken too seriously, but when wrestling was my provider loves Stone Cold. I have a story that I tell people all the time. This is back when they were still doing house shows. If you don't know what a house show is, it's basically where they do, like, it's a non-televised event. There's no real storyline to it. It's just, you know, them basically practicing, right? And the WWE loves to use... I am painting, see? See? The WWE loves to use house shows as a way to test, like, waters for, like, oh, what would the crowd react to if this guy was a face, or what would this crowd react to if this guy was a heel? And I was at a house show where Stone Cold was at, and I left the house show, and I had to get gas in my vehicle. And so I'm sitting there at the gas station, and I'm pumping my gas, and I look, and I'm literally staring at this guy. It's a pretty strong, muscular guy, and he's sitting at his gas pumps pumping gas, and I'm like, who is this guy? Like, this can't be who I think it is. So then he turns around, and it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'm sitting there going, holy moly, mother of Moses, this can't be happening right now. And I didn't go over and ask for his autograph. This is back in the days when when you didn't really take pictures with your cell phones. And so I just sit there and I'm looking, and he notices me looking at him, and I just do the dude thing. I give him the head bob, like, sup, and he gives it back to me, and he kind of gets back in his truck and he drives away. And I was like, oh my God, I just saw Stone Cold. And I didn't know what to do. I've met Mick Foley before. I've gone to a book signing. Got to meet him before. He was pretty cool. I've met me and my cousin. We didn't really meet him, but he came and interacted with us. We saw The Rock for a show, and this was back when he was like a heel, and when he was doing Hollywood Rock. And my cousin loved The Rock. Like, that was his boy. And so he's walking by, and my cousin yells out, hey, bring back the Rock and Sock Connection. And he stopped dead in his tracks. And he looked at my cousin. He took his sunglasses off, and he goes, you want me to bring back the Rock and Sock Connection? He's like, yeah. And he goes, you want me to bring back the Rock and Sock Connection? He's like, yeah. Then he goes, nobody cares what you want. And then he walked away. And my cousin Josh was like, oh my God, that was the best thing ever. Oh man, the good old days. But yeah, that was my few. Well, I did have another one. I saw Johnny Moxley driving next to me smoking. I was stammering. My friend honked, and it was awesome. That is cool. Do you remember T-Dog? Do you remember the three-man band? It had Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre in it, and I totally forget the other guy's name. Do you remember them? because I was at Tampa International Airport. Oh, that looks so much better. Now everything is all one single solid color. I really don't mind that. But I was sitting there at the Tampa International Airport, and they were all together trying to get tickets somewhere. I don't really know. Oh, this guy's weapon's already been painted that color. Sweet. We'll just put another coat on top of it just to do it a little bit. And so I'm coming up to the line, and I just see these two humongous dudes and a guy who's big himself, but looks tiny compared to the rest of them. And Drew turns around, and he just like notices that I notice who they are. And I wasn't really into wrestling at the time. I was kind of watching it a little bit, but not really watching it. Heath Slater. Yep, Heath Slater. There we go. And so he kind of just notices me looking at him. And I just say, "Sup?" And he looked at me and he goes, "Sup?" And then I just kept on walking. And Jinder Mahal's like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, holy crap, man. The Stone Cold thing still boggles me to this day. Like, I'm like, why did that happen? And yeah. So with this metallic paint, we don't want to wash it down too much, because then it kind of loosens the flakes for the metal up, and then we gotta do multiple batches of this. So I'm also painting without my glasses on, so good luck. But yeah, that's the only like real wrestling stories we have. We went to. Oh, he is funny. Pat McAfee, that is, if you're watching. We went to, me and my cousin again. We went to we were going to, I forgot where we were going, but it was in Tampa. And we got there a little early. So I was like, well, the gates don't open for like another like 40 minutes. What do you want to do? And so we were just walking through downtown Tampa, and we come up to this bar, and the Macho Man Randy Savage was having a CD release party for his rap album. And so we decided to go in there, and like, maybe we'll see Macho Man, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll be told to leave. And so the guy on the side of the street on the sidewalk was like, "Hey, you guys want to come in for the party?" And we're like, sure. So we're in there, and there's all these people just kind of like walking around, and so they have all these like listening stations, and my cousin starts listening to the CD, and they have like headsets and like I said, like little listening stations there. And so he's sitting there going, and he's listening to it, and he comes up to me, and he's like, "Dude, Cuzzo." And I go, "Yeah, that was my nickname from him." He's like, "Yo, Cuzzo." And I go, "What's up?" And he goes, "Dude, this thing blows." He's like, "This is just a giant sack of trash." And I'm like, "Yeah?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, like, it's not that good." And so he's saying this, and the Macho Man was literally within like earshot of us. He was standing probably a few feet right behind us, and we didn't even notice it. And he comes up and he's like, "Did y'all enjoy the CD?" And my cousin looked at him and just said, "No, it was trash." And so we walked away, and I'm like, "Oh God, my favorite wrestler," and my cousin just told him, "Don't quit your day job." Oh my God. Don't quit your day job is basically what he said. And so that was that. He didn't really say much of anything after that. We kind of just walked away, and I was like, well, damn, dude. Like, you didn't have to be that bad about it. You could just said, it wasn't for me. And he's like, nah, man, I feel like he needed to know the truth. Oh, God. I miss that guy. He never ceased to make me laugh. And we did a lot of stuff together. We were thick as thieves. Oh, man. But yeah, we ended up going, oh, I know what it was. I got a hug from John Cena on Mother's Day. That's cool. Yeah, I couldn't believe the Macho Man thing. Alright, we got another guy here. As you can see, I started painting him, and we got some stuff to do. We still got some skulls to paint on this guy, but this is kind of the color scheme I'm going for. We got to do the leather bits on him. But oh, nice. I admire John Cena because it's kind of like his selflessness, you know, like with the whole Make-A-Wish thing and stuff like that. Like, I'm just like, oh, he's such a cool dude. And he doesn't seem to take himself too seriously. Now, I mean, obviously people are going to paint like these interactions that they've been having with him, like on the street, bad. But at the same time, I'm just like, it seems like if you just ask him and don't bother him while he's eating, he's okay with it. But, and if you don't know, that's in reference to, I forgot it was at a restaurant. Some guy was there filming him. And then he asked him a question, and he's like, did you ask for my permission to film me? He goes, you know, I would have said yes if you wanted to film our interaction. And he's like, all you gotta do is just ask. And I'm like, that's not a bad thing. And T-Dog, geez, I wish I met someone famous. T-Dog, he was at MegaCon this year, and I wanted to go so bad, but it just wasn't in the cards. Because now he does a lot of like convention stuff because of all the wrestling and Peacemaker and stuff like that. So, but yeah, be on the lookout. And he's not. I have no idea. What is it going to be? Is it your birthday month? Alright, we got. This is a these guys I just painted were called Ragers. These are more, they're like, you're basically what we would consider what they call glass cannons. They're very strong, they hit hard, but they also have like no defense whatsoever. So you gotta be careful when you're moving them. Make sure you're moving them in and around terrain before you're ready to charge up on your opponent. August. Are you that big into April Fools? These are more elite foot units. I have the bread and butter sitting behind me. See, we're gonna have to paint chainmail, weapon, and not too much stuff left on this guy. Make sure our brush is wet. Some of the excess. Autism Awareness Month. All right, that's a good thing. I have a nephew who is autistic, and then I have a friend whose son is autistic, and so it's a pretty important month. I'm glad we're figuring these things out. Well, that is, I don't want to say that's good to hear, but at least you know what you got. I mean, back in the day when I was a kid, they didn't know. They were just like, you just got a brat. Spank him more. And now that we know how to combat that stuff, or how to, not combat it, but kind of parent, knowing what those kids have, it makes a real difference. Education. Asperger's syndrome. Ain't that dark? I can't tell. We watching anything good on the old TV there, Tommy? T-Dog Lindell? We've been watching. Me and the wife get wrapped up in true crime stuff way too much on YouTube. We like watching Mr. Ballin. Which, if you never watched Mr. Ballin, man, you should. Stories of the strange, dark, and mysterious. It's type of autism or more high functioning. Okay. Yeah, my friend's son was he was nonverbal for the longest time, and now he's communicating, and they were very worried at first, and now they're not as worried. But yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing that back in my day in elementary school, I hated class because I would just pay attention, and I would be and I would just retain so much knowledge, and I hated how teachers were kind of I wouldn't even say handcuffing me. I just get bored. I'm I know this. But they didn't have they didn't test kids for oh, let's see if he's gifted or not. They're just like, he's got an overactive imagination. So, I literally, they're like, if you just apply yourself. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, my grades are good. I just don't like, I would often daydream. It's like, oh, hey. I don't watch wrestling crime shows. Watch wrestling, crime shows, basketball, football, baseball, banana ball, and play video games, mostly Mario. Are you excited about the movie? That's the real question. Are you excited about the movie? I am excited about it. I thoroughly enjoyed the first Mario movie. Thoroughly enjoyed the first Mario movie. See how much better they look, how much cooler it looks with the dark silver now. Oh no. We gotta get the chainmail. I know a lot of people are freaking out about the fact that a certain character from a certain spaceflight Nintendo game is going to be in the movie. Just in case no one saw anything on Facebook. And I want to see if he's going to do good, but Glenn Powell's voicing this character. If you don't know who Glenn Powell is, what are you doing with your life? Yeah, I like that. I dig that. Looks like we got a little bit right down in here that we got to paint. So we're putting the things on. We got little spikes down in here. So we're gonna hit these spikes with some paint. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to get that Yoshi popcorn bucket too. I think, if I remember correctly, Tommy, the popcorn bucket is up for pre-order on AMC's website. Let's find out. We'll find out together. We will find out together. Five Nights at Freddy. Okay, it's not AMC. Let me try Cinemark. Yeah. Cinemark. I think it might be Cinemark. All right, here you go. Tommy, T-Dog, Lindell. The Yoshi bucket is for pre-order on Cinemark Shop. You don't need to be close to one to get it. They'll mail it to you. Unfortunately, the Luma is sold out. Red, blue, green. But the Yoshi is up for pre-order at the Cinemark Shop website. There you go. There you go. Golden ticket. I don't even know what that is. Golden ticket. Oh, golden ticket popcorn bucket. Golden ticket cinemas popcorn. Oh, food prices. But you can order it off of the Cinemark Shop. And they'll mail it to you. That's a possibility, Tommy. That is a possibility. So you're saying there's a possibility. I'm saying there's a possibility. Let me go Regal, because we have a Regal and an AMC in our area. Popcorn buckets. The Project Hail Mary. Wicked. Nope, nothing. Oh, wait. Coming soon. Notify me when available. They're probably going to sell them on the 1st. I feel like I want to go see the movie on the 1st. Alright, there we go. Let me make sure. Maybe make sure. We'll go through the process. I know I'm supposed to be painting, but we're helping a friend out here. If it has me put in pre-order, check out. We're gonna find out if it has me put. Oh yeah, delivery, right there, plain as day. Delivery. It has you put in an address right in there. Shipping method, your payment, your billing address, right, all in there. All in there. So there you go. There you go. That's how you get the popcorn bucket, homie. All right. We got one more of our guys done. All right. We got another guy. This guy's got a lot of stuff. He's got teeth, leather wrappings, little pouch bag thing. I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's like a wound or something. You know, we gotta finish him up though. But let's get this dark silver on there. This is the type of stream that I am going for here. And T-Dog Tommy Lindell is proving it. There you go. You can do that too. I want to make these streams chill. Just a bunch of friends just sitting around the comic book store or their card shop or their hobby store, just chit-chatting about things. You don't necessarily need to come here and like the painting or the pack openings. You just want to do something in the meantime. Yeah, I really liked the Mario movie. I thought it was funny. We actually saw it at we have a drive-in theater like 30 or 40 minutes away. So we saw it there, and then they played I also do Special Olympics too. How come that didn't show up? That's weird. What sports do you play in the Special Olympics? If you don't mind me asking. Once we finish these guys, we got a bunch of little guys to pin over their spears. Oh, that stinks. You know what's amazing? Track and bowling. Oh, that's cool. I love bowling. I used to bowl in lots of leagues. Is they have, I kid you not, they have ice hockey that they play with blind people. They have a big, like, metal puck. And they'll have, I think they have someone who kind of like starts it off. But the puck makes sounds. And that's how they play. And I'm just like, that is craziness. And I watched the sled hockey team win the gold medal. So I like seeing people play sports. When traditionally they said that, oh, you can't play those sports or you can't do that. Now I'm like, yeah, they can. Let them do it. Let them have fun. Let them participate. And it does not hurt anything at all. Nice! That's super cool. Here we go. Next. How many of these do you got? I got a ton. See, we still got to put skin tones on this guy. Pants, leather bits. This guy, look at this. It's got a wooden leg. I'm going to leave it as the bright silver. It's got a wooden leg. Got a wooden leg. Hang on. Hold on. I'm really enjoying being back streaming. For sure. We're probably going to make these rings because there's metal rings on here. I don't want to turn the whole thing into like... But maybe we just leave these as... We'll mark them as light silver rings. These are some of my favorite models. I'm looking forward to the Cog Fort and 11th edition of Warhammer 40k Cog Fort for the Age of Sigmar. I'm gonna go on. I have my phone with me. Alright. Thank you for bringing me along. I often like to watch streams while I'm going to do my laundry as well. Hopefully. There we go. This guy is taking shape. He is taking shape. I definitely want to get these guys done because the guy at the Warhammer store keeps asking me, he's like, when are you going to come in? I'm going to play some spearhead with you. Teach you some spearhead. I'm like, I want to get my guys painted. Ready for WrestleMania 42. Well, the good thing is, I'm going to be able to watch night one. For sure. Because I play hockey on the weekends. So I'm ready. I would like to see more matches. Like, what's the card gonna be like? So far, I think we have confirmed Drew and Jacob, Randy and Cody, and then CM Punk and Roman. I think that one was the first one that was confirmed for the grandest stage of them all. I would love to be able to go to a WrestleMania, but somehow in their infinite wisdom they decide to price out normal people from going to these shows. So that doesn't look like that's going to happen any day soon. Which is kind of lame, I'm not going to lie. But that's what they decided. Here we go, another guy. I think she did too. It just seems like they're so bitten by the injury bug over there. They gotta change their plans. Because, they were probably going for Seth and what's-his-face? Braun Breaker, originally. And then he had the hernia surgery. And then they pivoted. It was going to be, guaranteed it was going to be Seth and Bronson Reed. And then he tore his triceps. So you're just like, okay. And then they definitely were setting up for Ray and Gunther. And then Ray injured his ribs. So, I mean, it's crazy. Oh, look at this. It's not even on the thing there. It's like, why is this being weird? This work don't care. I'm also missing a shoulder pad. It's back there. This orc don't care. He's battling in his bare feet. So it's crazy to me, like, all these pivots they have to make. And then people complain, like, there's no build-up. There's no build-up. Well, they have to pivot because someone got injured, dude. Like, what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Painting very carefully. Not that it matters too much. These are still primed in black. So they're going to... We'll still be able to get this. Yeah. I want to do some major priming today. But unfortunately, life, weather had different things for me. Mom needed help today. I had to bring the truck to Lowe's to get 20 bags of red mulch for her garden. So naturally, being the good son that I am, we went and did that. And then we helped her put them down in the front garden, and I staged everything for her. And that's all she wrote on that. Then we headed up to the Warhammer store, picked up something, had some gift cards for my birthday, picked them up. What? Wrong chat. Wrong chat. But yeah, definitely looking forward to WrestleMania. I just hope it's better than last year's. And I love heel Randy Orton. Ah, okay. All right. I love heel Randy Orton. But it's crazy. The crowd loves heel Randy Orton. And he's supposed to be the bad guy. And they're like, yeah, we're just going to cheer for him. And you know WWE is going like, come on, guys. So I'm thinking, they're like, what do we got to do to get them to hate Randy Orton? And I said to myself, have him attack Danhausen. Danhausen's doing a backstage segment, and he just comes in and just beats him. Beats him senseless. Or Danhausen curses him, or something. Alright, so these are going to be basically they're like our bread and butter orcs. They're like, these are your entry level troops. You can see I did the metallic black on the shields. Still got a lot to do on these guys, which is funny. They have a lot more to do. Like, we got to finish off this. These are armor boots. We got to put the wrappings in, skin colors. But right now, we're just concentrating on the metal bits. let's see. I kind of don't want this to break, so let's move this in, and we'll use this top bit. There we go. Yeah, see, we got a lot of like leather wrappings and stuff on these guys. And we're trying to keep the paint at the very tip of our brush. Watching an NBA basketball game. New York Knicks versus the Thunder. Who's your favorite basketball team? I'm not a big basketball fan, so I don't have a favorite one. Indiana Pacers. Okay. Indiana Pacers. Yeah, we're only painting our weapons in this dark silver. Anything associated with the weapon and chainmails. I would like to leave some of the silver bits, like non-armor bits, a silver. I like silver. We're painting them, the weapon bits, this dark silver. Dark silver. Right, it's Tyrese Halliburton, and all time is Shaquille O'Neal. Okay. I think Shaq's hilarious. Like, he was a smart guy. If you listen to him, he was a smart guy with his money. And he wants to like create programs for rookies in like the NFL and the NBA, so they're not broke when they stop playing. Him and Peyton, he said he got this advice from Peyton Manning, was to invest your money while you're playing to make it last just as long after you're retired. And so that's when Shaq started buying Papa John's franchises. And now he has a whole ton of Papa John's franchises. I'll never forget the interview with Peyton Manning. It's right in around when they legalized marijuana in Colorado. And they asked him, I think it was Jimmy Fallon might have asked him. He said, so they just legalized marijuana in Colorado, and he's like, and he goes, how is that? And he goes, oh, let's just say business is booming. And then like they asked Shaq basically the same question, someone did, and he's like, yeah, business is booming. So I admire him on that part. He wants to give back and make sure that people don't follow in the footsteps and are like, oh, I play basketball and now I'm like dirt broke. I used to be in the NBA. That's kind of sad. Indianapolis Colts. That is my dad's favorite team because he's from Baltimore and they used to be the Baltimore Colts. And he remembers when they won their first Super Bowl. And he swears up and down that when they lost to the Jets, that was a rigged game. Because right after that happened, the NFL and the AFL merged. Here is the leader of our little guys here. He's got himself an axe. These weapons all basically do the same exact thing. These weapons basically do all the same thing. This is the Ironjawz spearhead I'm currently painting. I do want to get these guys done, like I said earlier. I want to get them done so I can bring them to the Warhammer store and then get credit. They have all kinds of little things like bring in a friend, paint a certain amount of minis, and they win prizes and other stuff. Maybe my favorite team is in there. Fever. I'm seeing a theme with all these teams that you like. Cheryl Swoops. I know who all those people are. Every single last one of them. I mean, if you don't know who Caitlin Clark is, you're basically living under a rock, right? Either that or you just don't pay attention to anything. Maybe I could be wrong. But if I feel like you have even a moderately passionate love of all, anything sport, you know who she is. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I wonder if we've been live tonight. Ooh, 1 hour and 39 minutes. I think we're gonna go till about 9:30. Did a lot of chit-chatting tonight. Thank you, T-Dog Lindell. Thank you for coming out. Thank you to Ken X for coming out. Thank you. I also like the Party Animals for band. One of my favorite players, Noah Fisher, and the Foulmouth Savannah. My in-laws, they took their kids to go see a Savannah Bananas game, and they said they absolutely loved it. I mean, they're just basically the baseball version of the Harlem Globetrotters. But it's still super cool to see all the highlights and the stuff like that, because it's cool. And I know people they've seen Harlem Globetrotter games and they're like, yeah, they're fun. The Washington Generals. Washington Generals. That's the arch nemesis of the Harlem Globetrotters. This guy was actually getting done. I kind of want to paint his skin tonight. So these guys aren't quite Ironjawz orcs. They have to prove themselves in combat in order to get there. When he gets scared, he cusses. I love it. Like characters and all that stuff. That's so cool. We got a lot of like leather strappings back here. We got some skin underneath there, but we gotta paint the back ends of their boots. There we go. Where's our banner guy? That's what we want. Here we have our banner guard. Giving them a once over. Looks like they have like little keeps or something underneath there. One thing I've learned about the Warhammer universe, no matter if it's 40k or Age of Sigmar, there is no shortage of skulls. No shortage of skulls in the Warhammer universe. Skulls and candles and just weird stuff. Like you can tell that they borrowed some lore from Lovecraftian lore, with like over in 40k where the Necrons, they believe in the old gods, the ones that created the universe. And yeah, there's Lovecraftian lore is like really wickedly like weird. And I'll say this: I've been on a religious history, Christian history, like YouTube watching spree. Texas Tailgaters has an alligator mascot named Brub. The Party Animals has a monkey named Farty. Okay. The Loco Beach Coconuts has a bird and a coconut. The Savannah Bananas has a banana named Split. Well, obviously the banana is going to be called Split. Like, it just matches too well. Matches too well. A beaver named Bo. Dum, dum, dum. Funky Chinaman. Funky Chinatown. They were chopping them down. My wife is watching something and I can hear the song there. They were chopping them up and they're chopping them down. They're bringing on the good bits. Let's get it on. I was waking him again. Everybody was kung fu fighting. They fought with expert timing. Excited to see this paint. Look at my little sister coming in, saying hello. Hello, dear little sister. Congratulations, if you guys didn't know. Congratulations goes out to her. And what I like about Banana Ball, they dances and even the umpire dances. That is fun. That is fun. My little sister is now she's been a mother, but it's the first time I've been streaming in quite some time. She's got a little son named Julian. He's a little pudge monster. He's totes frickin' adorable. She's also a proud mama to 3 cats and a dog. Dog's name is Dog Meat. We have Chloe, zipper face, and Kitty Cat. That's the cat's names. I'm gonna do something. I see like a little bit of metal in around here. We're gonna paint that. I know I said I was gonna do like metal bits like in the silver, but I feel like this deserves to be dark. Dark silver. I got to hold the little guy. Zipper face. No, that's the cat's name. Julian. I used to be her older cat's au pair when I was unemployed. And then when she moved out of state up to North Carolina, I went with her. I was unemployed at the time. I went with her and I fell asleep in the car. We stopped off at south of the border, and then I hear people going, oh, oh, and I wake up, and Miss Kitty is snuggled up on my chest while I'm asleep, and I'm just like, oh, look at this stuff. So then we get her back to the house. This is around Christmas time. So we get a Christmas tree. We go out and get a live Christmas tree, and we bring it into the house. And okay, Squirtle, I'm gonna go do the dishes, going to bed. Peace. Nice talking to you. Nice talking to you, T-Dog. So she oh yeah, I dig that. She climbed. We're sitting there going, all right, where are you at, Chloe? Come on out. And so then we immediately think she got out, right? She's out. So we start looking for her, and we're in her house, we're just going, where could she be? Where could she be? And then we hear it, meow. We're like, what? Where are you at? And so we're looking, and then we look, I take a quick glance, and she was in the Christmas tree, halfway up. She didn't know how to get out, and then she was calling for help. She's like, help me. I've done something I regret. So out she went, and we were ecstatic. Ecstatic. We're like, oh God, we can call off the search party. We can call off the search party. Because we found her. But yes, I'm very proud of her. She's a great mama. She's got a great husband who's gonna be a great father. And now me and the wife are trying. Shh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. All right, we are making headway on with these dark silver bits on these guys. I definitely would thinking I'd love to go to Adepticon next year. If only to go and like participate in some of the narrative events and just to like see some of the tournaments, the show floor. It'll be a fun time. Maybe even play in one of the tournaments. We gotta start playing first. Once we get these guys done, we're definitely going to be popping them up with some matte finish. To protect them. We'll do a spray from a matte, and then we'll hit all the metallic stuff with a gloss coat to make it shine again. Maybe not, who knows? Maybe we'll hit it with a matte, and I'm like, oh, I really like the colors of this. This is cool. But yeah, I like how the orcs are all just like not discombobulated. They're like thrown together stuff here. Look at that. I really like, we need to cut this off right here. But we gotta wait till the paint dries to do that. Let's go back over to the last stream. We're going to have some brown bits to do. Some brown bits to do. We got a guy we have to glue back together, so we will not be getting to him tonight. And we're almost at, we got like 4 more minutes in the stream left. It's probably going to be the last guy we do. like their helmets. They have like a very like pig like look to them. But we will be back again this week with more painting streams, more chit chats, more talks. Thank you, Tommy T-Dog Lindell, for coming out tonight. Hoping I gain momentum back from all the lost momentum I've had. Would like to have more people in the streams, just interacting and chatting. Makes it so much more fun when we can just like that's all I want. I just want to discuss things, non-political things, but like nerdy things like me and Tommy were doing earlier. Kurt LaRose coming in with an emoji. Thank you, Kurt. I am also assembling some of these guys during my lunch hour, my lunch half hour at work. Magic cards. Don't have any. Don't have any. Oh, Kurt there, he's getting ready to begin his YouTube journey. He runs a custom cart business. If you're ever in the need for a custom cart, go check out Skirt's Custom Carts. I didn't make the name. I told him it was kind of meh. He looked at me like I was on drugs. I said, still doesn't change that the name is meh. I kid. Calm down. Zero hits on his Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, we have to sell off some of the turtle cards to recoup our losses. Kurt told me, he goes, dude, I gotta sell these cards or these guys are gonna come back for my kids. And I'm like, what? What happened? He's like, yeah, I put one of the kids down as collateral. I'm like, well, bro, you shouldn't have done that. He's like, I had no choice. I'm like, you always have choices. You always have choices. By the way, folks, I'm just kidding. That didn't really happen. He's got 4 kids. He told me I can deal with like 1 getting taken away, but they're like 2. Now I gotta like choose. I'm like, God, man. He's like, I have my favorites. I know which one of the ones I'm keeping. The other 3, we might have to draw numbers out of a hat. Folks, I'm kidding. It's not real. God, this Child exploitation's not funny. It's not. You're right. I'm sorry, everyone. Obvious joke is not obvious to some people. I love the springiness of this brush. Come on, my favorite one right now. We're gonna have to do some touch up on it though. Only 3 watching, WTF. Yeah, it's a little bit of a late night stream. I mean, technically it's less than 3 because one of them is one of my accounts. I kind of just want to start doing stuff that I want to do. I don't want to do stuff that other people want me to do, because then what would be the point? I'm not having fun. I want to have fun. Remember that. When you go into getting to YouTube, do stuff that you want to do. And honestly, I'd say screw the algorithm. You know, just put yourself out there. See, I obviously started painting this in dark silver. That's why this chainmail's like that. All right, we are at over 2 hours. The stream has gotten 23 views, but only 3 people watching. At one point, we had 4. We had 4 at one point. So there we go. We're done. For the night. This guy. Look at him. Come on, focus. There we go. Roar. One of my favorite models ever. We're gonna turn this into content. Look at it. Look at that. More steel helms, more horses, and a giant cannon. Boof. Throw some grape shot in there. I had fun. Even if we only had 3 people tonight, I had fun. I always have fun when I paint, especially when I stream it. I always have fun streaming. I have fun when I paint. So it's like double the fun. Double the fun. But thank you for coming out. Thank you for watching. Yeah, at one point we had 4. I think I saw 5 a couple of times. But my analytics on my thing here says 4. So I don't even know. How many likes do we have? I can't tell. How many likes we got? 3. 3 likes. So, without further ado, I appreciate you all. 5 watching. I appreciate you all. Are you calling people? Is this what's happening right now? Are you like, get over here, watch this man? Thank you for watching. I gave myself 2 hours tonight. Our 2 hours is up. We're over 2 hours. But, yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be back streaming. I'm glad to be back doing stuff that I want to do. Like, this is stuff I want to do. What? What are we laughing at? But Tampa won tonight. Let's see. Oh, man. Detroit, 86 points. 2 points out of a playoff spot. But they're also in the same Atlantic division. So they're literally 2 points out of a wild card spot. Because I don't think they're catching Montreal. Let me see. Let's see, division. Yeah. They're not catching Montreal. They're not catching Boston. So the only thing they can hope is to catch Columbus. And Columbus lost in OT tonight. So the New York Rangers have been eliminated. They're not going to be able to do anything, so they're just playing to end out the season. Who else has been eliminated so far? The Canucks have been eliminated, which is crazy to think that there's only 2 teams with like maybe 10 to 8 games left of the season that have been eliminated from the playoffs. That's crazy. But doesn't look like Florida's going to make it. Nope, they're at 73 points. They're 500. So they're not going to go for a three-peat. Toronto's not going to make it. New Jersey, they're probably not going to make it. But like the Capitals, the Flyers, the Wings, and the Senators in the East all have a chance. But they got to catch Columbus and Pittsburgh. They got to take one of those, depending on their division. Now Columbus is in the same division as Pittsburgh, so they can definitely just get a win, and they'll leapfrog Pittsburgh, and they'll be tied with, if they would have won tonight, they'd have been tied with freaking New York, but they got an overtime loss. God dang it. Against the freaking the Bruins too. Man, oh man. Because whatever team, see, the 2 wildcard teams, that means Columbus would have to play either Carolina or Tampa. Secretly, I hope they play Tampa. Then I can convince my brother-in-law to come down and we can watch a playoff game. Hockey games are fantastic. They are in another realm. Anywho, look at this guy. I like these guys. We might have to paint some more of these guys again. Look at them. So cool. I would pretty much say this is a based. The main colors are blocked in, and I did a wash on the face. But other than that, and I think I need to do the hair. But he's done. He's done, basically. And we got to come back and do these 2 guys. And then we'll get a wash on the armor and everything. And then they'll be tabletop ready. Tabletop ready. Anywho, as I was saying earlier, thank you for watching. I'll see you Wednesday. We're going to go for Wednesday, where I'll be painting more of these guys. Or will I? Or will I be painting some steel helms that are back here, assembled and based? They're right there. This is them right there. That's them right there. That's them. Anywho, peace out. Hope you had a great weekend. I'll see you Wednesday.